Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2021 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the last 2 weeks of July. This reading is for the water sign of Cancer. Welcome everyone. Thanks for taking the time to be here to watch this video, any of the videos on my YouTube channel, for all of your likes, shares, hitting that subscribe button, your comments, feedback, donations, reaching out for personal readings. It all makes a difference. Thank you so much. So this reading is for Cancer for the last 2 weeks of July 2021. That's if your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Cancer. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Cancerian. Of course, it's a general reading, so it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Watch all of your signs for, extra insight, additional points of view. And if you find that any of the readings resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can email me. You can click on the description link below, that little arrow. You'll see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings, and I do readings full time. It's all that I do, so I'm pretty diligent about timely scheduling. So send me a message if you'd like. I'd be happy to work with you. Okay, Cancer. Let's see what the last 2 weeks of July look like for you. I am using once again, the Deviant Moon Tarot. Just loving this deck. Beautifully bizarre artwork. And clarifying with the Radiant Rider-Waite. Okay, Cancer. We begin with the Emperor, father figure, or an Aries or an older individual. Somebody who's done a great deal of work in their life. They're probably on the older side. Usually fairly responsible, accountable, determined, disciplined. They wouldn't have gotten to be the Emperor without that. I say usually because sometimes a person can manifest as the Emperor in just about every area of their life, but perhaps in love life they don't act very much like an Emperor, right? So with the Emperor is the Knight of Wands, the fastest of all of the knights, sometimes considered a player, in and out. Knights are not known for their staying power because they have a mission and a quest to accomplish, and they charge off to do that. They always have an eye on the next thing, and as soon as they're done, they're off and running. And nobody does it more quickly and more spontaneously and impulsive than the Knight of Wands, right? Perhaps this Emperor isn't acting like so much of an Emperor in a specific situation or area of life. Maybe sometimes people who are technically have the Emperor energy, they get to a place where they're like, look, I've worked all of my life and been this responsible person and taken care of all of my stuff, and my kids are grown and all of that kind of stuff, and now I'm just going to live for myself, almost like kind of experiencing a second childhood. We have the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Swords, we have another knight, the Knight of Cups, in love with love itself. Not known for his long-term follow-through, but quite lovely in the present. With the Two of Swords, stuck energy with that. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is the Six of Pentacles. Gift giving, gift receiving, sometimes breadcrumbing. I'm going to pull one more for that. The Devil. Toxic negative cycles, right? Relationships, basically. Now, some of you, the nature of this relationship is going to vary. For some of you, it might be a love romance relationship with this Emperor person, because I feel like this Emperor is who this reading is centered around in terms of relationship. So because it's a general reading, your relationship with that person could be a female as well. It's a general reading. Your relationship with that person can vary. Some of you, it might be love romance, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Some of you, it might be a father or father figure. It might be somebody who is an Aries. Aries energy is attached to the Emperor. Could be a family member. I mean, the relationship, it could be a boss or a supervisor or something of that sort. This is somebody probably older, who's worked really hard to get to the position that they're at through discipline and responsibility. And the Emperor can be very rigid too. It's my way and no other way, right? Because this is the way things need to be. And with the Knight of Wands, I feel like this Emperor in this situation, in this relationship issue, is not being like the Emperor, is not manifesting those ethical, responsible, do the right thing, make the best decision for the greater good kind of aspects. It's like he's, I don't know, not acting right. There's toxic element, and that's the primary energy here. This is a classic combination of breadcrumbing. The devil represents toxic cycles, enslavement and entrapment through temptation, which means that the thing itself has become, there's too much energy or obsessive focus in one area, but there's also something alluring or tempting about it, which kind of keeps sucking you back in over and over and over again. So the cycle just keeps continuing. That's what the devil's all about, which is why it's the card for addictions, right? But it's clarifying the Six of Pentacles, which looks very generous and philanthropic on its surface. This is somebody who has an awful lot of stuff to give. Time, money, love, all of that kind of stuff, right? But he's only giving one. And he's in a position of above to this person. He has more to give, and in this particular deck, he's actually holding, it almost looks like he's trying to hide what he has to give and saying, oh, here, oh, I love you so much, I'm going to be so generous, but he's really hoarding most of what he has to give. And again, this can be money, time, love, patience, all of that kind of stuff. The devil with it indicates how cyclical this nature is. This feels like your sister sign, Scorpio, I did just a reading or two ago. Highs and lows in this relationship. There's highs when there's like this, oh, here, let's do this, and it's going to be great, and all of this, and you're like, it feels good, and you're exciting, but then there's the lows of whatever it is that's in this relationship that's negative, and that keeps going on and compounding, that leaves you feeling so low and in such pain. But perhaps maybe just when you think, okay, this isn't good for me, I need to go off and explore, do something else, he comes back with, oh, but here, oh, but this, oh, but, and so on and on and on and on. The cycle continues, right? Let's actually clarify. Let's clarify the Emperor. Again, it could be an Aries, a fire sign, and your sister sign, sorry, did I say Cancer? And your sister sign, Scorpio, the focus was on a King of Wands, so maybe it's a fire sign for some of you, or an Aries for some of you. They'll all be King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going because those are both court cards. The Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. So the Seven of Wands is defensive energy. This is somebody who won't back down, who's completely invested in, I feel like here it's an ideology, a perspective, a way of living. And, the Six of Pentacles, again, breadcrumbing. So you're in a relationship with this person regardless of the nature of relationship, and they give when they want to, how they want to, when they feel like it. It's their way or the highway. It's their way or no way. If you don't like their way, then fine, bugger off or whatever, right? And they're convinced that this is the right way to be. It's the right way to be for them. They don't want to look at anything else. They don't want to look at the fact that it might not be healthy in a relationship, to give and receive in such an inequality of balance here. Again, we have somebody giving a little bit, to people, and he's standing above them, and they're on their knees, sort of in this, oh, I'm so grateful kind of position. Yeah, it's like my way or the highway. This is the Emperor taken to a negative extreme of those otherwise quite positive character traits. It's stubbornness taken to the point where it's actually cutting off your own nose to spite your face, right? Just won't see doesn't want to see anything else, because if he does, then that means that he'll have to change, make decisions, self-examine, and he doesn't want to do that. Maybe he feels he's had a lifetime of doing that already. Clarify the Knight of Wands. I feel like this Emperor may be, kind of in and out, in and out, and in and out. which means the relationship is up and down and up and down and up and down. A toxic relationship. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but the highs are high and the lows are low. The Ace of Swords, the Epiphany, the light bulb going off over your head. This is a card that represents success that comes from seeing something in truth, right? New idea, new perspective. All of a sudden it's revealed to you. I sometimes call this the cold hard truth card because it represents success that can come from seeing something in the reality of what it is, right? This is absolutely what it is. Sometimes absolutely what it is not what you've been telling yourself or trying to believe. And that can be difficult. But in that space, you have the opportunity to make choices and decisions to create a healthier and more abundant and fulfilling reality for yourself. We have the Tower. Yeah, this is a huge wake-up call. The Three of Swords, heartache, heartbreak, separation, emotional pain. I think this Knight of Wands is about the Emperor's behavior, but I think it's also about the fact that you, Cancer, are seeing this, and I think you've seen it before, but I think now it's just kind of like, you're like, you know what? He's already quite, or she's already quite set in their ways, and it looks like this is just the way it's going to be. If I stay in this relationship, or I stay engaging in this relationship in the same way, this is just the way it's going to be. This person isn't looking at, this is like the Emperor's new clothes kind of thing. He's not looking at reality. Because it would require too much of him or her to give back, to give and receive in an equally balanced way, which is what a healthy relationship is, and this one is not healthy. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. The Five of Swords, a hard-won victory, a victory which might mean that being victorious, meaning you put yourself in a place where you're on a path to a future that's better for you, may represent needing to leave people behind. I feel like this King of Pentacles, it could be a friend, a brother, a pastor, a counselor, anybody really. I feel like this is in a helpful position. I feel like this is somebody who wants to help you. And I feel like there's a conversation about this that you have with this person. This person wants to help you or partner with you in some way to bring back balance in your life or help you make the right decision, which they probably feel is removing yourself from this relationship or from this situation, at least in the way that you have been investing in it, right? Clarify the Page of Swords. Because I feel like this Page of Swords is a message. Like a conversation here. The Empress. So we have the Emperor and the Empress both, but I think that if this is an issue about a father, the Empress could very well be the mother that's giving you advice about your relationship with your father. But for some of you, I also feel like this King of Pentacles, whatever the relationship he is to you in your life, is trying to help you. Having conversations with you, telling you like, you're the Empress, you shouldn't be treated like this. The Emperor isn't going to find herself on her knees. She's the Emperor's natural mate. She deserves to be treated with, some indulgent. She's beautiful. She's the seed of all creation. This is somebody who's abundant and somebody who would never find herself on her knees going, oh, thank you for the little crumbs I'm getting. You should be treated better than this. The Queen of Cups. There's almost a sense of royalty here, and I don't mean like egotism, but I mean like, this is who I am, and I deserve so much better than what I'm getting. The Ten of Wands and the World, both cards about endings, leveling up, moving on to something else, which represents a new horizon, new landscape, and new opportunities. And I feel like this is what this other person in a position of help or trying to encourage you to kind of see this and do something about it. Clarify the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is in love with love himself. He comes charging in, promising the sun, the moon, and the stars, and he means it in the moment, but it's the long-term, day-to-day follow-through that he has problems with. And there's a stuck energy with him with the Two of Swords. This is being at a stalemate. But somebody like coming in, and it feels like this Emperor, he's like exhibiting knight energy, but like not even the two most positive knights in relationship for his status. He should not be acting like the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Because the knights are action oriented, but they're not consequence oriented, right? They're still fairly, they're more mature than the pages, but they're still fairly spontaneous and impulsive. They rarely think about the consequences of their action, right? Chronologically, you can look at them as people in their teens or 20s. Nothing wrong with that, but not coming from an emperor. The Two of Swords, again, Knight of Cups, but there's stuck energy. The Sun and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, this is the Knight of Cups, and I feel like this is the Emperor going, like every time you try and get him to, this isn't right, this needs to be balanced, or we need to whatever, and he goes, yes, but I love you, or yes, but, we have these fun times together, yes, but it'll be great, yes, let's go on vacation, yes, let's do this, but it's not like realistic. It's like glossing over. It's, again, it's funny, the Emperor's new clothes, if anybody knows that old story. And we have the Emperor here, who was firmly convinced that the new clothes he was wearing, made by his new tailor, were so beautiful, but it was just a sham. And he didn't want to look at the reality of it, because then he would look like a fool, until it was one person that said, hey, he's not wearing anything. And then, the reality came in, which can be quite devastating. And it is here to you. I mean, that Ace of Swords in the Tower is like seeing something for the absolute reality of what it is, and the fact that it probably isn't going to change. It's very painful. And it's like when you try and confront this person that normally is an emperor in the other areas of their life, but in this, he just wants to gloss over, look the other way, distract, ignore it. And so you're at an impasse here, because it's not even realistic energy. It's like the addict saying, oh, but I don't drink until this time of day, or, oh, but I'm switching to this, so it'll be fine, or, oh, it's always something else. Clarify the Two of Swords. And again, this could be a relationship with anybody in regards to the Emperor. It could be love romance, it could be family, parental, boss, supervisor, Two of Swords. The Chariot. So hard. Death and ending. Thinking that this needs to end, because where else can it go? The only way that you can stay in this is if you find some way of accepting that it's just going to be the same merry-go-round, the same roller coaster ride. And just like I said in Scorpio's reading, Cancer. Hope I'm not confusing the two of you, because the reading is similar. This reading is for Cancer. What I said in Scorpio's reading is, the highs are highs and the lows are lows, but at a certain point and at a certain age, you start to wonder if you really want to get back on the ride again, right? The Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you might be better off on your own and just focusing on taking care of yourself, perhaps, at least for a time. All right, any final messages for Cancer? Strength. Facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. Another one that showed up in Scorpio's the Devil again. You've got the Devil twice, which shows how toxic and cyclical the nature is, but also the fact that there's still something you get out of it, or something tempting and alluring about it. The Eight of Cups. Leaving, walking away. Having the strength to actually take a look at the fact that while there might be some alluring components on this, yes, the day-to-day life of our relationship I'm just not happy with, but we have these wonderful adventures or trips or something, Taking a real honest look at something and asking yourself, is this really my wish fulfillment? No, it's not, because that's why this man is going off in search of his Nine of Cups, which is abundance and wish fulfillment. And the Eight of Cups, even though he may have thought that these cups originally held what he needed, it's not. So he's leaving, he's walking away, no matter how attractive they look, right? The Three of Cups. Get out, have some fun, socialize. Be with people that you share common bonds with, that you can laugh and have fun with. You know, whether they have specific help and guidance for you or not, there's something healing about being with people that you enjoy being with, that make you laugh. Positive social connections in your community. Um, yeah. Leaning on your friends and on your tribe, your groups, your community to help you, give you the strength, help bolster you up to really, to just take the rose-colored glasses off, right? Okay, Cancer, that is your reading. Those are your messages for the last 2 weeks of July. I hope that they were helpful to you. Again, if any of you would like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You'll also see that email address by clicking on the description link below. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the August, can you believe it's August already? The August general readings. Until then, stay safe and well, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.